Well? Can you see her? And? Where is she? I said where? You know what? Just come down. I said come down here, you fool. God damn it. Lucky. Do you really need to jump down all at once? I know what I said, you show-off. No need to look so smug about it. So, out with it. I'm bloody starving and I need to know if the coast is clear. Where is she, lad? What do you mean she's moved? Okay, she was by the Phoenix cage, so where is she now? Right behind me. And what's she doing? Grinning, is she? And what if I tell you that she's nothing but a flea-ridden, muddle-headed, filthy little pigeon? Is she grinning now? Blah! Good gods! What was that in my blasted ear, you winged devil? Your finger? Then why was it wet? You put it in your mouth? Yes, thank you, Lucky. I can see that she's still grinning. Why don't you go ahead and bugger off now, lad? Before I give you an intimate demonstration of how that felt. Now, Dove, you've had your disgusting fun, so why don't you run along and... No. No. Look, I've been saying for days, I am not going to tell you who you remind me of. Now, kindly remove that damned question mark from your forehead, cease your silent but nevertheless irritating harassment, and let me pass. No, I'm not going to tell you. Because it's not your business. Don't waggle your finger at me, you. Don't put it back in your mouth. Why in the seven hells do people pay to see you? I should pay them to take you. All right, I'll tell you the story, you pest. Just not here. Come with me. Have a seat, and I'll make us some tea. Nope, scratch that. We're skipping the tea and going straight for the hard stuff. Yes, you too. If I have to relive the worst moment of my life just to settle your curiosity, then there's no chance that I'm bloody well drinking alone. Cheers, Dove. Now, before I start, I want to make one thing clear. This is the last time I speak of this. After I tell my tale, no more digging, no more pointed looks, and no more question mark. Do we understand each other? Good. All right. You already know that I'm a lousy mage. But you probably don't know that I come from a family of very talented ones. A whole village of them, in fact. It's actually quite common once you get far enough into the Northlands. Magic runs rampant up there, likely tied to the land, especially the rockier terrain. It's even a tradition among my people when they head out from their ancestral lands to bring a piece of native rock with them to maintain their tie to the land and their magic. See this blackish stone in my ring? It's called hematite, a mineral found all over the Northlands. And my people believe that keeping one close to us while we're abroad protects us and keeps our magic from fading. I always thought it was superstition myself. Before Molly. Yes, that's right. Molly, who you look so much like that it takes my damned breath away. We grew up together, and she was the most precious person in the world to me. She made up for all that I lacked. Where I was merely cunning and practical, Molly was a genius with an insatiable curiosity for more knowledge. While I can be charming when I put my mind to it, Molly's genuine heart and vibrant mind shone pure and bright and made people want to follow her. And the magic, oh, by all the gods, she was powerful. I can pull off a few charms, even a little illusion magic. Enough to turn a mare into a unicorn, as long as you don't cross your eyes in a certain way. But Molly could actually make it a reality. Transmogrification is an extremely rare gift, and the bearer of such a gift is a treasure indeed. Molly went beyond creating life. She transformed it. She was precious in our village. But what none of us realized was how dangerous a condition preciousness can be. Funny how so much power can make someone so vulnerable. What had started as friendship when we were young grew into a love so strong that the fear of losing her used to wake me up in terror most nights. Still does, long after she's been lost. When we were barely 20 years old, Molly and I decided to strike out on our own. We shared a love of animals and magical beasts, especially. Molly could simply stroll into the forest, and she'd come out moments later with a blasted parade of creatures trotting along behind her. We took our love of animals, my illusion magic, and Molly's incredible power of transformation, and we made this caravan our home. It was our dream to have a traveling menagerie, to bring the magic of faraway lands to people everywhere, regardless of their wealth. It was Molly's idea to charge more of the lords and ladies so that the poor could pay pennies for the same service. I would have done anything for Molly. I didn't do enough. I was in charge of the business side of things, and we were in trouble. As it turns out, lords and ladies aren't so keen on paying more for the same service that the masses can access for a penny. But the real spoke in our wheel was the mistress of madness, her bloody self, Mab. Her magic is formidable, that one. Her circus is renowned for her light shows and magically enhanced performances. She makes potions that can make her contortionists stretch and her acrobats fly. There's never been anyone to rival her. Except for Molly. Once Mab got word of Molly's gifts, she wouldn't leave us alone. She was everywhere we traveled, stealing the sales right out from under us. And when we refused to join her circus, mysterious accidents kept befalling our animals. Our animals were our children, and Molly in particular grieved terribly. And so, I resolved to fix it. Like the fool I am, I thought I could bargain with Mab. Convince her to let us go on our way and divide up our separate territories. I met her secretly one night. Snuck out to her camp while Molly slept. She offered me a deal too good to be true, but as I said, I am a fool. And so I took it. She wanted Molly's stone, the hematite that she wore around her neck. I didn't believe the stories about the stones, and Mab promised never to bother us again, even offered to lend us the credibility of her name, keep our independence and the lion's share of the profits from our menagerie, and I even got her to throw her own freak show into the mix. I saw how poorly the lads were treated even then, and I thought that if I could get them a better life, secure a living for Molly and I, as well as the freedom to do what we love, all for one little rock with nothing more than sentimental value, then hells, let her have the damned thing. I'd get Molly something prettier to make it up to her. I should have listened to the stories of... I snuck back that very night and gently stole the necklace off her precious neck. I can still feel her soft skin as I kissed her cheek while she slept. I never saw her again. The very second Molly Stone touched Mab's greedy palm, I could hear my love screaming, even over Mab's cruel laughter. Mab changed a man into a pig right in front of me, laughing harder all the while, and that's when I knew. I ran back to our camp as fast as I could, but all that was left of the love of my life was a blackened scorch mark where our bed used to be. There was a hole burned straight through the roof of our wagon, like the gods themselves sent fire to strike her down. Mab stole her power the second she had Molly's stone in her grasp, and by handing her that stone, I was handing her Molly's life. I should have known better. I should have been better. I never deserved her, and I proved it in the end. Well, Mab honored our deal, though she'd left out the exorbitant cost of the use of her name. We travel under her circus's protection, but the fees we pay for it have made it almost impossible to save enough to buy ourselves out of the blasted contract I signed that night. Until you. Now, no tears, my lovely. Please, do not pity me. Cry for Molly, sure, but save your compassion for the lads. They are innocent of everything. The blame, responsibility, it all falls on me. And so it should be. I would sell my soul 1,000 times over for those lads. And yours as well, so do not pity me. And kindly forgive and forget all my fawning and flirting. I must have been so drunk off your kindness and beauty that I forgot what a worthless, soulless fool I am. I will leave you in peace while you remain within our caravan, Dove. You have my word. Now, in accordance with our deal, you will cease your relentless pestering, and we will never speak of this again. And I'm afraid I must ask you to take your leave for the night, as I am quite fatigued, and we have a long day of travel ahead of us. Our wagons are finally repaired, and we return to the circus tomorrow. I want us all well rested and ready, because tomorrow, my precious Dove, tomorrow we buy our freedom.